was something about that morning that was different from the rest. They heard the wild wind calling, "Get up, get dressed." They jumped up out of bed and could feel it in the air. There was a wild wind stirring everywhere. They ran outside to see what this strange thing could be. Not a single thing was there except the cool, crisp air. Mick and Mac shook their heads and ran toward the swing. Then a very friendly gust did a very silly thing.
"What are you doing?"
"Hi, Coco. I was just reading out loud. Would you like to read with me?"
"Sure, Bunny, that would be fun. I love to read books. Do you love to read?"
"I'm reading about Mick and Mac traveling around the world with the wild wind."
"I like that book. The wild wind takes Mick and Mac on a great big adventure, and they explore new places together."
"That's right, Coco. I like this book because I like exploring too. Do you like to explore? Do you like reading books?"
Speaking of books, Bunny, do you know where books come from? Do you know that books that we have now didn't exist a long time ago? Do you know that there was a time when schools, libraries, bookstores, and computers didn't even exist?
Was that before I was born?
Bunny, it was before you were born and before your great-great-great-great-great-grandparents were born and before anyone out there was born too. This was a very long time ago. It was about 5,000 years ago, Bunny.
Sounds like a lot of bunny families ago. That's even before cars and telephones and even houses. It was when people lived in caves.
It all started when people sat around their campfire in their cave and started telling stories about their lives and what they saw. They would tell a story to their family, and they would pass the story on. Each cave person would tell another cave person the same story. That's called an oral or spoken book. That's how books started.
If I tell you a story and you tell the story to someone else, it's a spoken book, right, Coco?
Yes, Bunny, you are right. Did you ever tell a story to your friend? Then your friend told that same story to someone else? If you have, then you have told a spoken story just like the cave people did a long time ago. Then the cave people decided to tell their stories on walls, so they began to draw their ideas on cave walls and rocks for other people to see. That's called a cave painting. Some of those very old drawings still exist today.
I would like to see a cave drawing. I would even like to draw one.
Okay, Bunny, that's a great idea. Would you like to see a cave drawing too? Can you read my story?
I like your rock, Coco. It looks like me.
It is you, Bunny. I drew you so that everyone who sees it will know you exist. You are real, and I wanted you to be remembered by anyone else who sees this rock art. That's the message I wanted to draw.
Do you know what story my drawing tells?
I think it says I can find carrots in your favorite garden in case I get hungry. Is that right? Did you guess that too?
Exactly right, Coco. My drawing is about finding yummy carrots in the great big garden.
You're teaching people about your favorite carrot patch, and you're sharing the carrots you love so much. You made a good and kind story about your favorite thing. You know, Bunny, people kept sharing ideas about their favorite things too. And as time passed, books were written on clay tablets like bricks, and then on long sheets of parchment or papyrus called scrolls. Around the 1st century, the codex replaced scrolls. A codex is a book form with pages.
So stories started to have pages like what we see today.
Over time, books started getting copied by hand by people called scribes. They lived in monasteries, which are like churches. Books were very expensive then, and they were very beautiful, rare, and all done by hand.
My hand would get very tired if I had to copy a whole book over and over again.
Mine would too. Have you ever copied a whole book by hand?
Are books still done by hand?
No, Bunny. In the 1450s, Johannes Gutenberg invented a printing press in Germany. Have you heard of Johannes Gutenberg? Do you know the very first book he printed? He printed the Bible.
The very first printing press printed the Bible. That's exciting.
A few copies of the Gutenberg Bible still exist, and people can see them.
Maybe we could take a field trip to see the Gutenberg Bible.
Let's do, Bunny. Have you ever seen a copy of the Gutenberg Bible? Since printing became easier and forms of paper became cheaper to make, books were being made faster and cheaper.
Does that mean more people could own books?
It does, Bunny. It also means that more people have the chance to learn to read and share books. Then books became more like what we know now. Novels, newspapers, school books, and fairy tales were printed everywhere. Children were taught words and started learning about history, geography, arts, and sciences. All people had the chance to have books. The whole world had the opportunity to have books and learn. Books weren't only for a small number of people anymore. Books are for everyone. Books are for me, and books are for you.
Now we have libraries that hold books and computers where we can even read e-books. Books and book forms are constantly changing, and books will change as people change, and new machines and methods are invented. Books can spark our imaginations, teach us new things, and even carry us to faraway places. Books come from the heart and are reflections of things the author wants to share with all of us. Do you have a favorite book?
Do you have a favorite book? Be sure and share it with your family and friends. And if you want to write your very own book or want to do a cave drawing, then join us in the next activity. May I learn how to do a book or cave drawing too? Sure! Let's all do a cave drawing and learn how to make our very own book. Are you ready? Great! Then let's go do it!